Hello, Chip here from 5th Edition Visions, and I wanted to quickly go through the 1-drops in Aether Revolt before the pre-release late this Friday night or early Saturday morning. And I am a big fan of 1-drops simply because I think that they're easy to grasp and understand, and who doesn't love, even though you don't put a lot of them into your deck, it's always fantastic the one or two that you do put into your pre-release deck or your draft to have them come up the first hand and you play them. I'm just a big fan of 1-drops. And so I wanted to go through all of them in Aether Revolt. We have a total of 23. And let's move quickly. So in white, we have Alley Evasion. Nice little combat trick. Choose one. Target creature you control gets +1/+2 until end of turn. Return target creature you control to its owner hand. Blue has only one drop. And that 1-drop is Take Into Custody, which allows you to tap a target creature. And that creature does not untap during its controller's next untap step. Now in black, we have 3 1-drops, and probably one of the most important in this set that will be useful for a long time, which is Fatal Push. You can destroy a target creature if it has converted mana cost 2 or less, but if the Revolt trigger goes off, you can do that with the creature that is power 4. So that's fantastic. We also have the 4th Bridge Prowler, which is 1 black, a human rogue. 1/1, but when it comes into the battlefield, you can have a target creature get -1/-1 till end of turn. So it could trade off for a tiny creature. Then you have the 3rd black 1-drop, which is Gonti's Machinations. Whenever you lose life, the first time each turn, you get 1 energy counter, pay 2 energy counters, and you can sacrifice the card. Each opponent loses 3 life, and you gain life equal to the life lost this way. Nice little enchantment. Red, there are 2 1-drops. Precise Strike, which is an instant, which gives a creature just a little bit of a boost. And that boost is target creature gets +1/+0 and gains first strike till end of turn. And there's also an important thing to know in the format, which is Shock. 1-drop red. Shock deals 2 damage to target creature or player. Then moving on to green, we have a total of 4 1-drops. Greenbelt Rampager, which is 1 green. When it enters the battlefield, you pay 2 energy. If you can't, return it to its owner's hand, and you get 1. So there's all sorts of shenanigans that could happen with that. It's a 3/4. You could have lots of fun with that 1-drop. I'd definitely run it if I had it. You also have Narnam Renegade, which is a very nice utility blocker. 1 green, Death Touch, 1/2, which should play 1/2 Death Touch. You'd play anyway. But with the Revolt, you can get a +1/+1 counter on it. So you could have a 2/3 Death Trap for 1 green mana. Which would be fantastic. Nobody's going to want to trade with that. Prey Upon, sorcery, target creature fights creature you don't control for 1 green. And we have the last green, Unbridled Growth, Enchant Land. Enchanted Land has tap, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, and then you can sacrifice it to draw a card. Okay, now Artifacts is the color, or lack of a color, that has the most 1-drops. Let's take a look at those. Augmenting Automaton, 1. And you can pump it 1/1 creature, but you can pump it with 1 and a black for +1/+1 till end of turn. Now we have the Consulate Dreadnought 1, Crew 6, 7/11. Very nice. I like the flavor on that. You can pay 1, get it out. It's like this big boat just sitting there, but if you can get enough people to crew it, you can make it move and do something. Another 1-drop in the Artifacts, Hope of Gurapur. Legendary Thopter, which is a flying, and you can sacrifice it, and until your next turn, target player who was dealt combat damage by Hope of Gurapur can't cast non-creature spells. So that's interesting. One will be interesting to see if that goes into standard or modern, things that it might be able to do. Implement of Combustion. Then we have the 5 implements, 1 in each color. You can take a peek at those, but they give us a nice little effect that you can use later in the game after you play it. And when you sacrifice it, it replaces itself. It cantrips, draws a card. So those 5 implements are all 1-drops, 1 in each color. And then we have Merchant's Dockhand, a 1-drop rare, artifact creature construct, 1/2. Pay 3 in blue, tap X, untap artifact you control. Look at the top X cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Library manipulation there for 1 mana. We have the Ornithopter for 0. Pacification Array for 1, pay 2, tap Pacification Array, and you can tap target artifact or creature. So give you a little bit of control in your sealed pool if you played that for 1. Renegade Map, a very awkward fetch land. You can see it. Comes in the battlefield tapped, and you can sacrifice it. and you can get to look for a basic land card and put it into your hand. So it's really a horrible fetch land. Not even a fetch land. I don't know why I said that. But so that's one. Get your little mana fixing if you needed it. And we have Universal Solvent, which is an artifact. Very fun. Play that on your first turn, and then later on in the game, pay 7, tap it, sacrifice Universal Solvent, and destroy target permanent. So play that early, and then once they get their big threat on, if you can have 7 mana, you can hopefully get rid of it. So that's very nice. A couple things about the 1-drop artifacts. Remember, Improvise is a theme in the set, a new mechanic in the set. So those 1-drop artifacts can be useful for the utility they give you, but they can also later help you cast big creatures. So it might not be a bad idea to run some of those 1-drop artifacts. Once again, going back, probably the biggest colored 1-drop I'm thinking is Fatal Push. That's some very nice removal, and if you can get the Revolt trigger going, you can get rid of some big strikes, some big threats. And finally, Shock in red is great removal. Get rid of those little guys. So keep your eye out for that. Run it, or be aware that your creatures could be in shock range because of that 1-drop red. Anyway, very quick, no pictures. I just like to talk about 1-drops because I like 1-drops. Have fun at the pre-release this Friday night. Like and subscribe, and leave any comments in the comment area. Thanks a lot. Bye.